GM. So I'm still surprised to see a lot of shit coins in the portfolio of my friends. So I was like, okay, let's do a video where I will rank some of the crypto. I would say the some big ones, and I will do other ones on like smaller ones because you don't want to hodl shitcoin. So what is a shitcoin? It's definitely a coin, like a crypto that most likely will not do much in the coming weeks, coming months. And so you just have money being stuck on an asset that will just do nothing. I think the one we discussed on the previous video, and I was surprised to see that some of you still have some in the portfolio, is Atom. So why would you still have Atom, right? I mean, it's down only since 4 years now. Most likely it will not go up, or if it goes up, it will still underperform any other like coin that are decent enough. So you don't want to have your money stuck on that, right? The goal in crypto is to make money. It's not to have your money being stuck somewhere like on an altcoin. That doesn't make sense. And of course, I know some of you would be like, at some point, let's say we have a very strong run up or bull market, Atom will do a 200%. And so they will have hodl 4 years to have a 200% and they will brag that they will make money. Well, I don't think they will have made money, and I just feel that at some point it's dumb to want to have to be right? No ego in crypto, no ego in investing, and no crying in the casino. So it's up to you to be on the right coin. So of course we start with Bitcoin. Of course we hodl. Good coin, good to keep it. Even now I feel that on my cash that is waiting, when I see some dip on some Bitcoin, I buy, and like if there is a small pump, I will sell just to make my cash work. And I think I'm gonna build a strategy around that, like an algorithm, and I will share it. I will do a video about it, I think, most likely. But we hodl. Cardano, I I wanted to put like in staple, but I would say like avoid. So Cardano are among the coins that made so much money and built so much treasury in the previous run that it's not really underperforming. Why? Simply because like they have crazy amounts behind the scene of like BTC, ETH, and it's performing well. And so like they, I think, most likely put back some in the token. So that's why the token is still so high. But what's the growth of Cardano? Who is using Cardano? Yeah, so if you know Cardano team and like you have some information, or like I don't know, like at some point they will explain why the token is still stays so high even though they do nothing, they don't generate revenue whatsoever, and nobody use it. I mean, why not? But I would avoid 100%. So USDT we don't care. Dogecoin, I would say that I would avoid, simply because, not because like, I mean like it's not really sexy enough now. So many meme coins have so much more dopamine. I would say the only cool thing with Doge is like it's listed on many exchanges, but like we are a bit in a zone where like it's not low, it's not high. So yeah, I would just like prefer not to have a bag. Long time I haven't checked the Dogecoin Twitter, but yeah, it's of course it's an OG meme. At some point it will pump, right? It will perform, but I'm like, okay, so let's put it in trade. Perhaps some cool trade to be made. So Chainlink, I think, is a good one to trade. With the treasury they have done, like treasury, like pivot, like or like the kind of like move they have done. I think it's a smart coin to have. Yeah, so I will definitely why not trade it, but not invest into it and hold on. So what I mean by invest is like coins where like you're comfortable in buying and keeping, or like accumulating slowly. So for example, I will put Sui in invest. Like if you like Sui ecosystem, you believe into Sui, why not buying, some dips on Sui and like accumulating slowly. So that's why it's like more investing, it's less trading. Trading, the goal is like you buy, you want to time it, you want to sell at some point and just pocket the money and just leave the coin for like quite some time. So let's find a good example of like a trade. So I would say that a good trade I've made is Pepe. So Pepe, same, is the one you want to trade, because I would invest or accumulate all the coin. Like that are better, I feel, in terms of risk or whatsoever. Sorry, so Pepe. Okay, here. So for Pepe, it's more about trading. So if I put in 8 hours, so I think we you know it. We bought it here, we sold, we buy back here, we sold. And so if it goes back here, I will buy to sell it here. So it's more like about trading than really investing. So it's more like a trading coin. BNB, invest. Good coin to accumulate slowly. It just did an all-time high, so I will not buy now. But it's a good coin to keep. No need to trade it. No need to be too active. Because when you are on the good coin, you just buy and you wait. That's the thing for three. If you have a conviction, you want to sell way higher than it is now. So if we go C3, so it's at $3.3. Let's say you want to buy below 2.5. And at some point, one day, you want to sell at, let's say, $6. That could be a cool trade. So it's more like invest. Bitcoin Cash. No, it's not even Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, it's Bitcoin Cash. Sorry, because some of the logo are not the latest one. Like, for example, the polka dot. Okay. Let's take the polka dot and let's put it at staple. Kind of like, Cardano. Like, I would just put it here. Yeah, I would just avoid polka dot. And if you have it in the portfolio, you will just staple, which is like a way to say you need to do something. And once again, we all do some mistakes. We all buy some asset that doesn't perform. And it's not a big deal. Honestly, it's not a big deal. It happens. Shit happens. So what you want to do is okay, what do I buy now? If you think that some coins are better in terms of trading or investment, or even hodl, why would you keep your dot? Let's not wait. I have some friends that are waiting on some of the coins to for them to go back to all-time high. I think dot will never go back to all-time high. Perhaps it will go back to what? Yeah, $20. But I think it will never go back to all-time high. So let's say one day it will go back to $12, perhaps $20 in a very big bull market. But until something happens, or until something, the team change something, or I don't know, just what we do, rotate. So you take your Polkadot bag, you split it in 5, and you select 5 crypto where you have a conviction or you think it will overperform, and yeah, you buy it. So you could be building a meme coin bag, leveraging those Polkadot. Okay, Litecoin. I would just click avoid or stay poor. Well, it's an OG coin. Many people like it, but it's the thing. It's I would rather have my money not invested than being on Litecoin. Okay, if you are on Litecoin, let's say you are not a trader, you are an investor. You are on Litecoin since 3 years. It did plus 40%. You better not invest your money if it's for 40%. It's crypto. When you buy something in crypto, if it's to do less than 50%, you should not buy the asset. Or it's more trading. But then you should be okay, I buy here, small drawdown, okay, it goes here, I sell, I wait another zone to buy back, and I leave. I think a good example is GOAT. So I think it's the last time I went it was when it was here. So you have the price-based capitulation, and then you have the time-based. And I think we are going to have a price-based and a time-based. It will stay only down for so long that at some point people will capitulate and sell. And that's the thing. The smart investor, the good investor, is not the investor that didn't commit the mistake of buying Litecoin. It's the investor that purchased, let's say, Litecoin here. And I don't know, 3-6 months after that, let's say we are here. He's okay, I feel Litecoin will not perform, will stay in this range, or the probability of it going up is very little. And so I want to go out. And so you can either go out, take a small loss, or take a loss, or take a small gain, wait, do your research, and buy another asset, or just be okay, I sell what I think is hot these days. Okay, Solana, Pump Fund, few meme coins, and you just build a bag from that where you have a conviction. Yeah, that would be the good trade to do. So which one? So Solana, hodl, and invest. These are the two ones you want to accumulate. But yeah, definitely a good one. So Trump coin. I think people will hate me on that, but It's a cable coin, so I want to put it in staple, because if you like, yeah, you could staple, but it's more like a trading asset. Why? I will explain why. I think it's a horrible asset, so it's more for traders. So of course, once again, not a financial advice. Market dipping. Not a financial advice. Everything I'm saying, is just me thinking out loud. I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes and like, how can I help you? And so yeah, it's a coin that is only going down. I think that will keep bleeding again and again and again. Perhaps like below $8, below $7, below $6. But at some point, because Trump will do something, or because they will do something, it will pump and it will offer like a 2x, 3x. So I would say if you are not if crypto is not your full-time job, avoid, otherwise you will stay poor. If crypto is your full-time job, good one to monitor, to have a trade. And when I say a trade, I don't say go on leverage, go nuts on leverage and put your whole net worth in one trade, right? Not at all. Just like manage your risk to pop away and do some trading. So this is Atom, stay poor. If you have it, you will stay poor. So don't buy it. Shiba, I would avoid. A bit the same reason that Dogecoin, but I think it will not have as much juice. So what I say juice is volatility. If there is no volatility, there is nothing to be done. And that's the thing. Some coins don't have any volatility. And in the end, it's very hard to do anything, right? Because it's just like slow. Like we were here, it's just slow. So it's slow. There is nothing to do, right? And I would rather, you should be in the mindset of like, I prefer to stay in stablecoin, wait the good opportunity, rather than being stuck on a coin that is like not moving since like so long and that doesn't have like an upside potential or very limited. Render is a good one. Render is one where I would click avoid just because I feel it's a bit crowded and I'm already exposed to some competitors on my side. So I can't tell you if it's a good one or like a bad crypto, but I would just avoid it on my end. AAV, I will put invest. Why? It's a DeFi blue chip, and that's the thing I don't see enough on some retail. Some retail like really will, I don't know, accumulate some Dogecoin, like buying weekly Dogecoin, but not AAV because they feel it's not really sexy. But AAV is one of the top protocol now. TVL is going up, very healthy. So I don't say it's undervalued, right? Don't get me wrong. Like I don't say that you will go on YouTube and you will see those videos where people will say AAV is going like to 20x, will be to 100 billion FDV and everything. No, these guys are dream sellers, It can go up. I think it's a good investment, but still you need to not buy randomly or like, monitor like the growth and everything. And I think for AAV, we have like the first take profit that is like around 320, 300. And our like buyback zone below 200, So you could be like, okay, I want to accumulate this coin when it goes above 200. And when it's below 200, you accumulate slowly, right? Let's say every month you invest a bit of money in crypto. Then you do that. Another one, I think, where you will be shocked is like Ethereum. I don't know if I put it in invest or trade. I mean, it's a good asset, right? Don't get me wrong. Many people told you to hodl and like to keep it. My conviction is high on Ethereum, but still I see it now more as an investment or like a trade asset that I want to trade than really an asset that I want to keep and I wait. And I'm comfortable in waiting for quite some time. And I will show you why. Okay, you can see that we were in the trenches in 2021, 2022. Like basically on this rundown, I was not exposed to Ethereum, or like very little, like few percent of like my crypto bag. Then it went up. I think we purchased a bit around here. Then I purchased and I took profit almost all my ETH above $4,600. And I don't plan to buy anytime soon. Perhaps if it goes down quite fast, it goes back below 3K. I'm like, okay, but like, so now I see it less. So you know what I mean is like I was not comfortable in hodling and like saying, oh, okay, I keep the asset and I wait. I was like, okay, I want to trade the asset. I want to invest. So I will put it in trade, which is very, very extreme, I think, but that's how I feel. Okay, video is already 15 minutes. Let's keep going. Actually, not the worst crypto here. Okay, to put in only down, I will put ICP. Why would you buy ICP? I have no idea. So I put it in only down. Long time I haven't seen the chart. Not the worst chart, honestly. But yeah, that's it. That's the tweet. And by the way, feel free to go follow me on Twitter. I'm sharing, you know, not a financial advice again, but I'm sharing what I do. A big part of what I do some content. Try to make it as simple, as dry as possible for you to understand. So for example, for here, I'm a buyer of pump below 0.0025, and I'm accumulating slowly to then sell higher, but I don't know where yet. Then hyperliquid, I would put it in invest. Yeah, obvious reasons. Uniswap, interesting one. So it's one where I'm like, I don't have it in the portfolio right now, but I want to add it. Not rushing into adding it, but I want to add it. So I don't know. Perhaps I think I will put it in trade, because I think at some point a cool trade will be made on Uniswap. So I put it here. Caspa, I would put it in avoid or trade, but it's too high, overvalued. So I don't want to touch it, so I avoid. So let's say like avoid is like when you feel it's overvalued or when you feel like it will not do much. That's the thing. Okay, let's choose few more and then we're done. So for Monero, I think it's a good coin for like maximalist of like privacy, crypto and everything, but I will put it in avoid. Too much like news can nuke your bag. So yeah, be careful. ETC, stay poor or like only down. A shame I can't add it to do both of them, but I would add it in stay poor. Which one? Which other one? Tao, I think is an interesting one. I will put it in trade, but trading, right? Not investing, which like is pretty unique. I think many people put it in invest or hodl. OKX coin. Why not trade? I think OKX is starting to become really blue chip in terms of like what the platform is. It's always very hard to know the financials behind. Okay. So OKX is not even ranked on CoinMarketCap. I think it's a Binance competitor, probably why. We should go okay. On CoinGecko, market dipping a bit. What else? Which one? Which other one? Then we have mental. I think it's hard to have like a clear opinion on that one. To be honest, so I don't know. I don't know how to choose it. But yeah. But let me check the valuation because I know it pumped. Oh, it's not OKX, OKB. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it pumped recently. I have to be transparent. I have a super small bag. Oh wow! Didn't knew it pumped that much. Okay, what's the reason? I don't know. But yeah, 4 billion valuation. Hard to have an idea about the valuation. It's the thing with the centralization. So I would put, because it's like too overvalued, I would put it in avoid, but I would stay in trade. But don't buy it like it's overvalued. I feel need to consolidate a bit. Then we have Aptos, Mantle. Okay, Polygon. I will avoid it just because it's hard for them. The competition is hard, and basically, I think it's one of the best trade I've made in my life. Is during the last bear market. So it was during FTX. So this is when like Matic pumped against Solana during FTX because Solana collapsed a bit. Let's say collapsed, went down. And at some point, like many people were like buying Matic, saying it's better than Solana. And we had like a lot of stuff on Twitter regarding that. And I did a lot of research, and I realized that the on-chain metrics of Solana, even during the collapse, were way better in terms of user activity and everything compared to Matic. So I told like, okay, I will not buy any Matic, and I will only buy Solana. And so let's say from here, yeah, down at 90%, 98%. So yeah, it was a very good trade. I think one of the best trades of my life, to be honest, so far. So yeah, a cool one. So that's why Matic, Polygon, avoid. 20-minute long video. Okay, let's end up with two that are a bit unique. Telegram tone, very hard to choose. I think I will put it in avoid. It's a bit like those coins are a bit like Cabal. What I mean by that is like it does nothing, then it pump to make retail FOMO buy, and then only down, and then it does nothing. And so like we did a trade actually in the club where I think we purchased or like we longed at something some point around here because that was like interesting coin, and it went at $6-7 and we sold everything, and we had the gut feeling of like we leave. So I think it's a good example of like putting it in trade, of like we did that trade, let's say here. So I'm simplifying, right? So we did that trade. Okay, we buy. It lasted for, okay, let's say here. So for one year. So 1 year we did a trade where we did like 3x, let's say, or like even 2x. We left and we never looked back. We left, we never looked back. And I think that's the thing. It's like when you trade, when an asset is an asset used to trade, like you are like, okay, I don't want to invest, or I don't want to hodl it. I want to trade it. When you sell, you leave and you never look back. Never look back. Like you leave, like it's done. Yeah. Interesting one. Interesting one. So I think we are done. I think I will do another one with different tickers. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope like it's clear to when you see a coin, do you hodl it, or like you are comfortable keeping it long term? Invest, trade, avoid, or like you know it will only down, so you don't want to buy it, or like the staple is like just like if you have those coins and like you are convinced you should have those coins. Because I feel the guy who has like ICP in his folio is like, I don't know, a friend told me to buy it, I bought it, and now I'm hodling because it's going down. So it's funny. Those guys who still have Litecoin, like ETC, are the guys telling you like, bro, you don't understand, blah blah, it's the future. No, it's not. So yeah. But that was it. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free if you have any other ideas of video, happy to do some. And cheers. Take care.